In the heart of Cambodia, where ancient trees whisper secrets to the wind, there lies a forest shrouded in mystery. The villagers call it the forest that remembers, a place where the forgotten souls of the past linger in the shadows. It is here that our tale begins, a story of courage, compassion, and the power of listening to those who have been silenced. As twilight descends upon the jungle, mist rises from the damp earth, curling around gnarled roots and hanging vines. The air grows thick with the scent of damp earth and exotic blooms. In the distance, a haunting melody of flutes and chimes drifts on the breeze, accompanied by the soft rustling of leaves and the occasional cry of a night bird. Our protagonist, a young girl named Rena, stands at the edge of the forest. Her eyes, wide with determination, scan the dense foliage before her. In her village, her brother lies ill, his fever burning hotter with each passing hour. The village healer spoke of a rare flower, hidden deep within the jungle, that could cure even the most dire of ailments. With no one else willing to brave the forest's depths, Rena has taken it upon herself to find this magical bloom. Taking a deep breath, Rena steps into the shadows of the ancient trees. The forest seems to close in around her, the canopy above blocking out what little light remains in the sky. As she ventures deeper, the familiar sounds of the village fade away, replaced by an eerie silence broken only by the occasional snap of a twig beneath her feet. Hours pass, and the darkness grows ever deeper. Rena's heart begins to race as she realizes she has lost her way. The trees loom larger, their branches reaching out like grasping fingers. In the distance, she sees a faint, ethereal glow. Curious, she moves towards it, her footsteps muffled by the thick carpet of fallen leaves. As she draws closer, the glow resolves into a shimmering figure, a spirit, translucent and bathed in an otherworldly light. Rena's first instinct is to run, but something in the spirit's eyes holds her in place. They are filled with a profound sadness, a loneliness that tugs at her heart. Gathering her courage, Rena speaks softly. "Who are you? Why are you here?" The spirit's voice is like the whisper of wind through dry leaves. "I am one of the forgotten, child. We are the souls of those who passed from this world unremembered, our stories untold. We linger here in the forest that remembers, longing for someone to hear us." As the spirit speaks, more ethereal forms emerge from the shadows. They gather around Rena, their eyes filled with a mixture of hope and sorrow. Rather than fear, Rena feels a deep sense of compassion for these lost souls. "I will listen," she says, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "Tell me your stories." And so, as the night deepens, Rena sits among the spirits, listening to tales of love and loss, of triumphs and tragedies long forgotten by the world of the living. She hears of ancient battles, of star-crossed lovers, of simple lives lived with quiet dignity. With each story, the spirits seem to grow brighter, as if the very act of being heard is restoring them. One spirit, the shade of an old medicine woman, speaks of the sacred flower Rena seeks. "It grows in the heart of the forest," she says, "guarded by the oldest and wisest of the tree spirits. But beware, child, the flower's power comes at a price. It will only reveal itself to one whose heart is pure and whose intentions are true." Guided by the spirits, Rena journeys deeper into the forest. The trees here are ancient beyond measure, their trunks wider than a dozen men could encircle. At the base of the largest tree, she sees a soft, pulsing light. As she approaches, the light resolves into a delicate bloom, its petals shimmering with an inner radiance. Rena reaches out, her fingers trembling. As they brush the flower's silken petals, she feels a surge of energy course through her. The spirits gather around, their forms growing brighter until the entire clearing is bathed in their ethereal light. "You have listened to our stories," they say in unison, their voices blending into a haunting chorus. "You have remembered us. In return, we grant you this gift. Use it wisely, and never forget the power of compassion." With the precious flower cradled in her hands, Rena begins her journey back to the village. The spirits guide her, lighting her path with their gentle glow. As she reaches the edge of the forest, the first rays of dawn are breaking over the horizon. Rena turns back to the spirits, her eyes filled with gratitude. "I will never forget you," she promises. "Your stories will live on through me." The spirits smile, their forms already beginning to fade in the growing light. "Remember us," they whisper, and we will always be with you. Returning to her village, Rena uses the flower to brew a tea for her brother. As the fever breaks and color returns to his cheeks, she tells him of her adventure in the forest that remembers. Word of her bravery spreads, and soon the whole village gathers to hear her tale. In the days that follow, Rena leads the villagers back to the forest's edge. There, they plant a grove of young trees, each one representing a spirit whose story Rena had heard. As they work, she recounts the tales of the forgotten, ensuring that their memories will live on. Years pass, and the grove grows tall and strong. Rena, now an elder herself, often sits beneath the trees, telling the stories of the spirits to the village children. And sometimes, in the quiet of twilight, she catches glimpses of shimmering forms among the leaves, and hears the faint whisper of voices on the wind. The forest that remembers still stands, a place of mystery and wonder. But now, thanks to Rena's courage and compassion, it is also a place of remembrance and healing. The spirits, no longer forgotten, find peace in the knowledge that their stories live on. As our tale comes to a close, remember this, dear listeners. Even the silent have stories worth hearing. Fear fades when kindness leads. In the darkest of forests, in the depths of our own hearts, there are always spirits waiting to be heard, memories longing to be honored. Listen with an open heart, and you may find that the greatest magic lies not in mystical flowers or ancient spells, but in the simple act of bearing witness to another's story. And so, as the mistresses and the jungle whispers its secrets, we leave Rena and the forest that remember. May their story inspire you to listen more closely, to speak more kindly, and to remember those who might otherwise be forgotten. For, in the end, it is not the grand gestures but the small acts of compassion that truly change the world.